All right, let's talk about mortgages. You know that feeling when you look at your mortgage statement and your head just starts to spin? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to dive into a much smarter way to tackle that debt and, finally get to that thing we all dream of, mortgage freedom.
Okay, let this one sink in. Stop letting your mortgage feel like a life sentence. Wow, that really hits hard, doesn't it? Because for so many of us, a 30-year loan feels exactly like that. And that right there is the core problem we're going to unpack today.
So let's really get into that feeling, all right? We're kicking things off with Section 1, which we're calling a mortgage life sentence. We're talking about that heavy 30-year weight on your shoulders.
I mean, it's so much more than just a number on a page, isn't it? It's this 30-year commitment that basically dictates all the huge life decisions. Think about it, your career, your family, your entire future. It's just this constant heavy weight in the back of your mind.
And let's be real, it's not getting any easier out there. You're constantly bombarded with all this confusing financial jargon, and don't even get me started on the rising interest rates. It honestly feels like you're just treading water, Like you're running on a treadmill, putting in all this work, but just not getting anywhere.
But what if there's a totally different way to look at this whole thing? And that brings us right into our next section, freedom is a strategy. This is all about making that crucial shift in your mindset, from being just a passive borrower to a proactive planner.
Yeah, check this out. This really shows the tale of two mindsets. On one hand, you've got the old view. A mortgage is just this unavoidable 30-year wait. But the new truth? It's a solvable strategy. It's a puzzle you can actually figure out and manage. Suddenly, mortgage freedom isn't this distant, impossible dream anymore. It's a totally achievable goal.
Okay, so a strategy sounds great, right? But how do you actually do it? How do you execute that strategy? Well, that leads us perfectly into Section 3, Meet Your AI Copilot. This is a smarter tool built for homeowners who are just ready to take back control.
So the whole idea here is what's called a mortgage copilot. Think of it like an AI-powered assistant that helps automate your path to paying off that loan, way faster. And here's the really crucial part. This is not some generic one-size-fits-all tool. Nope. It's built from the ground up specifically for the financial rules in Australia and New Zealand.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Hold on, my bank has a calculator on its website. What's so different about this? And you know what? That is an excellent question, and the answer is where the real magic of this thing is.
Okay, so think about it like this. A basic bank calculator gives you a single rough snapshot in time. It's a photo. This AI copilot, though, it's completely different. It's more like a live video feed. It is constantly analyzing your data to give you a precise, ongoing strategy. It's not just a calculator, it's a dynamic guide that actually adapts to your life, all while playing by the specific rules of the AU and NZ markets.
All right, so you want to see how it works? Let's pop the hood. In our next section, we are going to explore the FreedomTrack AI Toolkit, the engine that paves your path to freedom.
So the whole strategy boils down to a 4-step process. First up, it finds what are called mortgage smasher hacks, basically these small extra payments you can make. But here's the cool part. Step 2, the AI figures out the absolute best time to make those payments to get the most bang for your buck. Then for step 3, it leverages tools that are really unique to Australia and New Zealand, like offset and redraw accounts, letting your savings work for you to cut down that mortgage interest. And finally, it pulls it all together and visualizes your progress on a super simple dashboard.
And this is where it gets really, really exciting. Because it's not just about crunching numbers in the background. It's about seeing your freedom date, the exact day you'll be totally mortgage-free, getting closer and closer with every single smart move you make. Just take a second and imagine that feeling. Incredible.
Okay, so we've talked about the problem, we've talked about the solution. Now for what is honestly the most important part, taking that first step. This next section is all about moving from just hearing about this stuff to actually doing something. And getting started could not be simpler. Seriously, you can try the free tool, like right now, and get a custom payoff plan in 60 seconds flat. No login, no hassle. And hey, if you like what you see, you can join the movement and hop on the launch waitlist to be one of the very first people to get access to the full AI Copilot. Now, before we wrap this up, there's a really important disclaimer I have to share. So listen up. FreedomTrack AI is an educational platform only. This tool does not provide financial advice. Please, please, please consult a licensed financial advisor before you make any big financial decisions, okay? Awesome.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Forget about shaving off 10 or 15 years for a second. Just what would moving your freedom date closer by even one single year mean to you? What would that mean for your family, for your future? Because that is what this is all about. Thanks for tuning in.